Hello, my name is Alastair, and I'm Kindur's General Counsel. For those who may have missed our recent webinar discussing how the Secure Act will affect your estate planning, we wanted to provide this brief recap. We'll cover a few topics on this video, starting with what is the Secure Act? The Secure Act is, quite simply, the most significant change to the U.S. retirement system in the last decade. There are many beneficial provisions of the Secure Act that will help Americans save more for retirement. These include removing age-based restrictions on contributing to IRA accounts, and pushing back the age that you must start taking required minimum distributions. However, the Act also eliminates the stretch IRA, which will impact decades worth of Americans' estate planning. Under the old rules, a beneficiary was allowed to take required minimum distributions based on their own life expectancy. This meant that if you passed an IRA to a younger beneficiary, their annual RMDs were much less. They could stretch the tax-deferred growth of the IRA out over decades, which was fantastic for estate planning purposes. So what's changed under the Secure Act? Well, first, you're now required to fully distribute an IRA within 10 years of the account holder's death. This is the biggest change to RMD rules in a generation and affects almost all estate plans. Now, very importantly, this change does not affect the account owner or the account owner's spouse. Those rules remain unchanged after the Secure Act. It is also important to note that some beneficiaries can still stretch the IRA. As I mentioned, this includes the surviving spouse of the account owner, but also includes a minor child of the account owner, a disabled beneficiary, or a beneficiary whose age is within 10 years of the account holder. Many Americans' estate plans rely on trusts to pass on retirement accounts. So let's discuss how the Secure Act is going to impact those trusts. First, most of the same rules will apply. However, the 10-year shortened payout period for trust beneficiaries will also apply. This means that almost all trusts should be reviewed to determine what effect the Secure Act is going to have on their provisions. For example, an existing trust may require that only RMDs are withdrawn each year. Under the old rules, this stretched the life of the trust for the lifetime of the beneficiary, allowing it to grow and last as long as possible. However, under the new rules, that same provision would mean that no money was withdrawn for years 1 through 9, and then in the 10th year, the entirety of the IRA was withdrawn, which could result in a massive tax bill. Now, unfortunately, we don't really have all the answers on how the IRS is going to treat trusts just yet, as they have not published regulations catching up with the Secure Act, and these regulations may not come out until next year. So we're kind of in a wait and hold period for that. So what should you do now? Well, there are a couple of strategies that you can consider today. The first is a Roth conversion. Now, in a Roth conversion, you move money from your tax-deductible traditional IRA to a non-deductible Roth IRA. When you move the money out of the IRA, you pay tax on it as you fund the Roth IRA. However, with a Roth IRA, you don't pay tax when you or your beneficiaries take the money out. This means that if you passed a Roth IRA onto your beneficiary, they could leave the money accumulating in the Roth IRA for the full 10 years, and when they withdraw it in the 10th year, they would pay absolutely no tax. There are other options to consider as well. The first is reevaluating your beneficiaries. Keep in mind the exceptions for a spouse, an owner's child who is still a minor, a chronically ill beneficiary, or someone who is within 10 years of your age. Second, plan with flexibility. You can leave a larger IRA to someone in a low tax bracket and a smaller Roth IRA to someone in a higher tax bracket. Once you take into account the taxes that are paid on those two assets, you may actually be leaving the same amount of money to each beneficiary. If you have multiple accounts, you should consider spending from your IRA first and passing on your taxable account, as there are no restrictions on pulling this out over 10 years. Finally, some Americans are considering buying life insurance to cover the benefits that will be lost to income taxes. Here at Kindur, we're happy to help you think through these strategies and figure out what's right for you. Our licensed financial advisors are always here to help update your retirement plans, figure out RMDs, help you sequence the withdrawals from your accounts, and think through Roth conversions. Email us at support@kindur.com or call us at 1-800-961-3572. Thanks for watching.